It's a pleasure to meet you. It's a pleasure to meet you. How do you do? How do you do? What brings you here today? What brings you here today? Can I get you a drink? Can I get you a drink? Have you attended this event before? Have you attended this event before? What line of work are you in? What line of work are you in? Where are you based? Where are you based? How long have you been in the industry? How long have you been in the industry? What do you think of the event so far? What do you think of the event so far? Do you have a business card? Do you have a business card? I'd love to stay in touch. I'd love to stay in touch. How can I assist you in your business? How can I assist you in your business? Let's schedule a follow-up meeting. Let's schedule a follow-up meeting. Who else do you know here? Who else do you know here? Are you enjoying the event? Are you enjoying the event? What's your specialty? What's your specialty? Can you tell me more about your company? Can you tell me more about your company? How did you get started in this field? How did you get started in this field? What are your main challenges right now? What are your main challenges right now? Do you have any upcoming projects? Do you have any upcoming projects? I've heard a lot about your company. I've heard a lot about your company. Do you use LinkedIn? Do you use LinkedIn? What's your role in your company? What's your role in your company? Can you recommend any good resources? Can you recommend any good resources? Have you been to other events like this? Have you been to other events like this? What do you enjoy most about your work? What do you enjoy most about your work? How can I be of help to you? How can I be of help to you? Are you familiar with our services/products? Are you familiar with our services/products? Who would be your ideal client? Who would be your ideal client? Do you collaborate with other businesses? Do you collaborate with other businesses? What trends are you seeing in your industry? What trends are you seeing in your industry? Do you have a website I can check out? Do you have a website I can check out? What's the best way to contact you? What's the best way to contact you? I'd love to hear more about your recent projects. I'd love to hear more about your recent projects. How did you hear about this event? How did you hear about this event? What's your take on the current market? What's your take on the current market? Are you looking for new partnerships? Are you looking for new partnerships? What are your business goals for this year? What are your business goals for this year? Have you met any interesting people here? Have you met any interesting people here? What inspired you to start your business? What inspired you to start your business? Do you travel often for work? Do you travel often for work? What's the biggest success your company has had? What's the biggest success your company has had? Can we connect on social media? Can we connect on social media? What are you hoping to achieve at this event? What are you hoping to achieve at this event? Do you attend a lot of networking events? Do you attend a lot of networking events? Can you tell me about your latest product/service? Can you tell me about your latest product/service? What sets your company apart from the competition? What sets your company apart from the competition? How do you stay ahead in your field? How do you stay ahead in your field? What's the most valuable lesson you've learned in business? What's the most valuable lesson you've learned in business? Do you have any advice for someone new to the industry? Do you have any advice for someone new to the industry? How do you manage work-life balance? How do you manage work-life balance? Are you looking for new business opportunities? Are you looking for new business opportunities? What's your company's mission? What's your company's mission? How do you keep your team motivated? How do you keep your team motivated? What are your thoughts on the keynote speaker? What are your thoughts on the keynote speaker? How do you measure success in your business? How do you measure success in your business? Do you have a mentor or role model? Do you have a mentor or role model? What's one thing you wish you had known when you started? What's one thing you wish you had known when you started? How do you handle competition? How do you handle competition? What's the best piece of advice you've received? What's the best piece of advice you've received? What are your company's core values? What are your company's core values? How do you maintain client relationships? How do you maintain client relationships? What's a common misconception about your industry? What's a common misconception about your industry? How do you handle business challenges? How do you handle business challenges? What's your approach to innovation? What's your approach to innovation? What's your company's growth strategy? What's your company's growth strategy? How do you ensure customer satisfaction? How do you ensure customer satisfaction? What makes a good business partner? What makes a good business partner? How do you stay informed about industry news? How do you stay informed about industry news? What's your company's biggest strength? What's your company's biggest strength? What are you most proud of in your career? What are you most proud of in your career? How do you foster a positive company culture? How do you foster a positive company culture? Do you have any success stories to share? Do you have any success stories to share? What's your approach to problem solving? What's your approach to problem solving? How do you prioritize tasks and projects? How do you prioritize tasks and projects? What's the biggest risk you've taken in business? What's the biggest risk you've taken in business? How do you handle feedback and criticism? How do you handle feedback and criticism? What's your vision for the future of your company? What's your vision for the future of your company? How do you stay motivated? How do you stay motivated? What's your approach to leadership? What's your approach to leadership? How do you manage stress? How do you manage stress? What's your favorite part of your job? What's your favorite part of your job? How do you balance short-term and long-term goals? How do you balance short-term and long-term goals? What's your strategy for networking effectively? What's your strategy for networking effectively? How do you adapt to changes in the market? How do you adapt to changes in the market? What's your company's biggest challenge? What's your company's biggest challenge? How do you ensure continuous improvement? How do you ensure continuous improvement? What's your approach to teamwork? What's your approach to teamwork? How do you handle difficult clients? How do you handle difficult clients? What's your strategy for business growth? What's your strategy for business growth? How do you stay competitive? How do you stay competitive? What's your favorite business book? What's your favorite business book? How do you manage your time effectively? How do you manage your time effectively? What's your approach to customer service? What's your approach to customer service? How do you build a strong brand? How do you build a strong brand? What's your strategy for marketing? What's your strategy for marketing? How do you develop new business ideas? How do you develop new business ideas? What's your company's biggest achievement? What's your company's biggest achievement? How do you keep up with technological advancements? How do you keep up with technological advancements? What's your secret to success? What's your secret to success?